Hey traders, Lance here. In this video, I want to be clear. I'm not calling a market bottom right here. But what I am starting to see are small signs that through correlations that we could be seeing a short-term bottom or at least a bounce higher, and the selling could start to slow down. So hear me out for 1 minute. Bonds. I'm looking at TLT right here. Bonds had a parabolic move higher. Implied volatility has soared, right? So therefore option prices are very expensive. So you can notice that bonds are starting to come down. They're about 20 points off their highs. So we have bonds that are inverse normally to the S&P. Therefore bonds go higher, stocks go lower. So if bonds are starting to come off their highs, therefore stocks or the S&P should start making their way higher. So the next thing I want to look at is XLF. Now, financials versus bonds. Usually they move inverse of each other, just like the S&P. So you have financials down here where you have some of these banks like Citi going from 80 to 50, and some of these other banks like Wells Fargo cut in half from their recent high. You're starting to see, I really have to go out here, and I just want to be clear. Let's actually go to a weekly chart 10 years out. Look at that. Look at XLF. We're back in our levels here in XLF that we haven't seen since 2016, okay? So I'm going to zoom in here. So we had demand, or we had prior price action, support, we'll call it, here in XLF, right? Right around this $20 to $18 mark. Therefore, if financials start to move higher, bonds start to move lower, stocks start to move higher. Where's the bottom? Let me look at my crystal ball here. I really don't know. I think anyone who tells you there's a market bottom here, is rolling dice, so to speak. But there is starting to see signs of selling slowing down. Obviously, we have so much news with the coronavirus, possible stimulus, the Fed. Oil, it just absolutely crashing. Now talking about travel ban and sports getting shut down. I don't want to call the bottom, to be clear, but I think over the next couple weeks we start to level out base and possibly start trading higher and get out of this 20% correction mode. But just two things to take away from this video, I think, that are very important. Keep your eye on bonds and keep your eye on financials. Bonds go down, financials go up. You'll have your whole U.S. stock market move higher.